Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong. Welcome to the back of this Teardown Lab. We have a package, and I kind of think I know what's in it, but I might be wrong, so I'm being a bit ginger. If it's something, or whether or not it's something will tear down, I don't know. Depends. But we're about to find out. Ooh, packet of sweets. I like that. And a cartridge, a GBA cartridge from the look of it. And a dongle. Ooh, it's coming with all the trimmings. And I've got the bit of paper off the screen. I'll just open that. See what's on there. See if there's anything useful for us to read. And there you go. Easy Flash, Gameboy, £22.90. And that's it. If you're like me, you don't like carrying all these games around and you're not, I don't know. You're into homebrew perhaps. You might want a way of playing the games on the move. And look, there's my little homemade adapter. Do you remember that? Sweeties, a nice touch. I shall have those later. So we'll pop out our, what happens to turned out to be a bootleg Zelda cart, and put in our homebrew cart for running homebrew things. No flash card with it, although kindly it does have the USB flash card reader, so that's nice. That can go in your sort of case. Pop that in, and that should work. You know, that should just work. It does sort of. I just want to compare that to a regular cart because it does seem a bit weird. Yeah, it's actually a bit narrower, significantly narrower. So it's odd that they haven't gone for a sort of complete clone of the sort of shape of a Game Boy card. I suppose you could put that, rehouse that if you really wanted to, if you were keen. I do have, as it happens, a ROM, and I've burnt the ROM onto two different cards. I've got a 32GB Transcend and then just a 2GB sort of cheapy. So first let's start with the 2GB, as that's the more likely one to work. So to make sure it goes in the right way, being very careful, click nicely, pop that in. Let's see what happens on. So far so standard. There's a menu and it says something there. Oh my life, I don't know what's going on here. It's got some sort of interface there in Chinese. I probably ought to have read the instructions. Okay. English. Yeah. Nice. There we go, we have an English interface. My GBA, starting the file manager. Okay. Easy disk. Warning, unknown operation. So that hasn't seen what's on there. Continue the last text file. So I guess that's to read text files. Setting time and language. I suppose it doesn't say time actually. So that's not great, to be honest with you. It hasn't seen what's on there, even though I used the sort of software for Easy Flash to do it. So I'll have to check actually to see if there's an issue with the sort of version of Easy Flash I've got, because there's always a possibility that the firmware on the actual unit itself might need to be updated to the one I'm using on the desktop. Let's try the 32GB. To be honest, if the 2GB didn't work, seems even less likely that the 32GB is going to work, but you have to try these things. Power on. We'll have to go through the process of trying to find the English. Hold L to skip. That was in English that time, and it is in English now. Whoa, and it did find it. How strange. I'll have to check the format of this. Maybe I'll have to reformat the 2GB because it's not quite the right thing. Ice Climber. You can see I put the software on here that I'm more than likely to want to test. Clearly it had to load it into some sort of error. Game pack error. Turn the power off. Oh, that's not good. That's not what you want to see. Unfortunately, you do have to have a software to convert the sort of images into the sort of format that this thing likes. So I guess there's always an issue with that potentially, because it might just sort of mess something. NES Classic, NES, GBA. So it looks like it should be a GBA ROM. Let's try loading it up again. Nearly there. Bang. Didn't work. Right, I'm back, and you can see this. I have found this in the cupboard. I needed some sustenance, and apparently these are Marks and Spencer's giant chocolate buttons. Look at the size of that thing, eh? Can hardly fit in my big old gob. I'll just pop that in. Look. I really regret doing this now because it's more than a mouthful. Very good, actually. You wouldn't expect the taste to scale, but it does. That Ice Climber game just couldn't get to work, so I've just tried a new image. I used the sort of F-Zero one. As you know from my earlier videos, I love F-Zero. Have it in my other GBA. Still loading, taking its time, but it's getting there. Seems faster than the NES Classic. So I wonder if the NES Classic games actually have an emulator on, and they actually are the legit NES game plus an emulator. 'Cause why else would they be so big? Yep, that's my name, all the A's. Uh-oh. No, it's working. Do I have time for a quick go? Yeah. Oh, look at the graphics. Woohoo! Great, that works fine. So, you know, maybe it'll. There seems to be in the software the option to save the game and not save the game, so that's something to look out for. I think this is quite a nice little gadget now because it allows me to sort of take all these games, instead of carrying them all around now, I can pop them on that one cartridge and back them up and then play my games on the move without having to just cart this load around everywhere. These can go on my shelf, nice and safe. Brilliant, so there you have it. There's the, let's see what it's called again, Easy Flash 4. For GBA, GBA SP and NDS, micro SDHC. Seems to work fine. Needs PC software to run. Probably doesn't run on Mac, so be careful. Probably doesn't run on Linux either. ROMs need to be patched. Hope it's been of some use for you. Please feel free to comment down below, like or subscribe, and as ever, thanks for watching.